Alrighty, so today we have the news. I'm a little bit late because I'll be honest, I was playing Fortnite, okay? I'm sorry. Anyways, the news, or the maintenance itself, is 2 hours long, so nothing super crazy, and obviously this is kind of an interesting patch because this is going to be, I think, a pretty decent bait before the new festival comes out. The festival should actually be the next update that comes out, or maybe not the next update, but the next banner that comes out. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 2-week wait, but some people are thinking it's a 1-week wait. Not 100% sure on that. But either way, if you're new to the channel or anything, feel free to subscribe. Let's go into this thing a little bit. So it's obviously going to be some very cool stuff, actually. We have a new Green Ellate, which I know a lot of people aren't super interested in Ellate, but I actually really like this outfit. The whole like black and white and gold color scheme really fits the Archangels sort of theme that they have going on. Most of the final boss outfits for the Archangels and stuff have been sort of following a similar scheme, not necessarily as much like black in it, but it still fits pretty well, so I like that a lot. If you don't know, she is basically a backliner for the Goddess team, which is crazy because the Goddess team has been very bad for quite a while, so they're finally giving some support there. I don't know that she's going to be super groundbreaking. I watched, I think, Nagato's video on it, but I haven't really shopped around too much, so I don't know. If you have any opinions on it, feel free to let me know. But she is, for each Goddess ally in battle, increases their basic stats by 5%, so that is 15%, and then for each buff on the goddesses or on goddess allies, increase their damage dealt by 3%, up to 8 times. So pretty decent little increase there. Obviously nothing super crazy, but I think it could be pretty decent. I mean, obviously I think the goal is that you're going to be using Margaret with the character, and Margaret's blue card already gives you 2 buffs per person, so that's 6 stacks at the very worst. So could be pretty easy to sort of max that out, or at least get pretty close to maxing it out. So should be some extra, damage dealt and stuff there. I'm not a big fan of damage dealt. If it was like attack-related stats or something, or, that'd be a little bit nicer. Damage dealt is a pretty weird metric to go off of. Like, increasing damage dealt or decreasing damage taken and stuff like that doesn't feel as meaningful as stat boosts themselves. So I guess take it or leave it. I guess it's at least something, so, it's fine. She has a deplete card, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, deplete, and then her other card is just a heal at level 1 and then removes debuffs at level 2 and 3. So nothing crazy. Same ultimate, increases defense-related stats, give you debuff immunity. So just kind of neat, I guess. It's kind of weird that they chose to do so many Elates. Elate is a character from the one movie that is non-canon from the series. So it's a bit odd that they have chosen to sort of just like really go into her, I guess. But at the same time, we do not have a whole lot of goddesses to choose from, so I guess we'll take it. I would have loved a Nero Basta, but I'd have to buy new costumes for that, so honestly, it's cheaper this way. Anyways, we have obviously a brand new LR character, which is the Festival Ludociel. This one, I think, took a lot of people by surprise. I mean, there were some people who were guessing it was going to be the character, but you would have thought that it would have been an older unit that would have got the boost first, but I guess it is what it is. I mean, I am personally not a huge fan. I'll definitely be making the character and everything like that once I get enough LR seals for it, but I'm not super happy with the decision. I think overall, to keep it short and simple, I think that if they would have waited longer before they gave her an LR, she probably could have gotten more meaningful boosts, because if you don't know, basically the buff card at level 1 is completely unchanged. It does the same thing it did before, so they didn't add anything to it or anything, which makes it kind of weird considering more than often you're going to be getting or using a level 1 card anyway, unless you just get like a lucky merge or something like that. And then the AoE card actually starts to decrease crit resistance of the enemy now, so it's a debuff card instead of just a charge card. So it's okay. Obviously, if this is good enough to make the goddesses meta again, goddesses can't be stat lowered, so if you do a mirror match, the fact that it has a stat lower basically is completely meaningless, which I think is also a very odd decision. Her passive does get increased a little bit, so it originally was increases goddess allies' basic stats by 8% every time an ally uses a stance or buff skill. Now, or what, I think it was up to 40%. Maybe they upped it a little bit because now this is in purple. Limit of 5 times. Okay, I assume that's the same though. That's still 40% still 5 times from 8%. But anyways, in addition, increases goddess allies crit chance and crit damage by 4% for each debuff removed from the hero's skill use. So it's a bit odd that it wouldn't kind of work just like the regular passive does, where it's for each stance or buff skill used, because now this is going to require you to actually have debuffs on you and cleanse them off for you to get any use out of that, which is it just requires a little bit more situational sort of thing there. Like you can't use it all the time, which is a bit weird. I'm not 100% happy with the changes. I like Margaret, don't get me wrong, big fan of the character. I think that Margaret's really, really cool, very interesting. I really liked her when she originally came out, super fun to use, but I just don't think that she really needed it yet. I think that they could have went with an old school character like Blue Tarmiel, maybe Red Sariel is one that a lot of people were saying would be great. But overall, I mean, she got it. It's fine. We'll definitely make her. We'll definitely be trying her out. So we'll see how that goes. But either way, we do have a new game mode. I did not catch it in the JP patch notes, but apparently this is a timed event. So this is only going to be active for 2 weeks, which is very weird. The game mode itself seems to be pretty difficult. I have seen that a couple of JP YouTubers have beaten floor 1. Or maybe not floor 1, but difficulty 1. I'm not exactly sure. Like it's 3 different sets. You fight the bird, the deer, the dogs, and then once you beat the first set of them, you unlock a new difficulty. So there's basically like 3 different floors where you fight the 3 different beasts, and then after you beat those, you unlock a new difficulty, and then you fight them again. So there's 3 sets of 3. It is kind of odd because the first set gives you these red stones. I think it's these right here. Yeah, you get the red stones from the first one. And then you get the purple/black stones from beating the greater demonic beast difficulty, which is the second difficulty. And then obviously these black/brownish yellow ones. I think I would consider these to just be brown. But you get the ultimate, or when you beat the ultimate difficulty is when you get these. And the rewards are honestly nothing crazy. I assume this is going to be a mode that they try to come out with every once in a while for the cosmetic enhancement materials. Like, I mean, the anvils are nice, don't get me wrong, and some of these stones can be kind of nice, but I personally I don't need extra relic mats because they don't come out with new relics. I'm literally so caught up right now. I feel like it's a burden. Like, I feel like it's just a waste of time to fight demonic beasts. I know not everybody's in that situation. Completely understandable. If these are going to help you, fantastic. I'm really happy for you. But when they come out with new relics like every 2 to 3 months, and there's only 2 or 3 that drop at one time, that it you could grind that amount of mats out in the time that it takes, plus some for them to drop new relics. I don't know. It's just very weird, and it's weird that the top difficulty is actually just cards. So I'm not 100% sure if these are going to end up being used for anything specific. These are 2 rare cards, which I can only assume would mean that they're going to go towards a set at some point. Who knows? But locking a set behind a really hard game mode seems a little bit weird, especially if it's a timed game mode. If it only lasts for 2 weeks, that could be kind of odd. I don't necessarily know how difficult the game mode is. It just seems like it's very mechanic heavy, which means it could be very RNG based, which could be kind of odd. I have seen that when you fight the bird, he has like this weird immortality sort of like gimmick in phase 2 where you have to use specific cards to remove the immortality buffs and stuff like that, which is really odd. I don't know. I'm sure as as people sort of mess around with it and stuff like that, we'll get some more detailed info, and like people will find out how to actually do it more consistently and everything. But I don't know, the rewards themselves don't seem super fantastic, but I mean, every little bit helps, I guess. I mean, 2 UR pendants is nice. That's enough to, max out a character to level 100. And then 50 of each of these is pretty good. I mean, I guess it's 1 UR upgrade plus not quite another one, but pretty close to it. So I mean, that's great. I don't know. It's just, maybe we'll see towards the end of the year if they come out with some new stuff. I know that cosmetic or holy relic upgrades are supposed to be coming out sometime in the nearish future. I thought it was supposed to be with this game mode, but I think it might end up being with the new story boss sort of thing that they're doing for the end of the year, for the end of the 7 Deadly Sins story. So who knows? I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts on that one, because I am kind of on the fence. I don't know how to really feel about it just yet, but we do obviously have some new bundles and stuff, of course. Every banner that comes out, we basically have one. So we have tickets and everything for the Ellate banner. Looks like we have a huge Black Friday diamond sale. I would imagine this might actually be a halfway decent price, but if you're not buying diamonds, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, just I guess look at the price whenever it comes to the shop. The rest of this is pretty standard. This one's okay if you really need holy relics, but you know, do as you will. The Black Friday Super Hot Deal Bundle. I do really like bundles like this. The fact that they have SSR pendants and stuff in them is actually really nice. Might end up picking this one up. Plus you get an extra hourglass and an extra training grotto key, which I really like when they do this. It lets me just grab a whole bunch of extra materials. Plus this is a ton of SSR pendants and a UR pendant, so that's great. Can work on the box a little bit there, so pretty cool. We have the new we have an event for Bartra's birthday, which I don't know. It looks like it's just a little quest line. Okay, I think normally when they do Bartra's birthday, it's like the fireworks festival event, but maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm getting that confused with a different event. So I mean, should just be some pretty standard rewards here. It looks like a couple of dungeon keys and stuff. 5 diamonds is kind of nice, and then you'll get a bunch of these boxes, which have a chance for diamonds, actually. So that's actually not too bad. Decent anvils in here, a couple of hammers, maybe. I mean, obviously, you're going to get one random item from here, so you're hoping for diamonds, of course, but we'll see how that goes. I'm assuming the quest line itself is going to be super easy. We're also getting this balloon popper event. I don't really like this one too much. It's okay. It's nothing crazy, but I don't know. I think we've only had this one time so far, so I guess I can't complain too much. The cumulative rewards look pretty standard here. 5 SA coins, a couple of SSR pendants, hammers, anvils. 1 UR pendant is kind of nice, and then the actual stages themselves give you 10 more SA coins, which I'm happy about, some demon mats, and some SSR pendants. Pretty typical, so regular rewards here from just popping things. They're also bringing back the purgatory creature, the indigenous purgatory creature. It's basically just a grasshopper. He's kind of neat. We might end up seeing some interesting sort of teams coming out of this, because Scotty is actually pretty nice for this one because he applies a lot of corrosion stacks too. If you don't know, he does like 0 damage. He does like really little damage, but his idea is to just put a whole bunch of corrosion stacks on and kind of whittle you down that way. He can be a little bit tanky, but overall, I think last time Roxy was really helpful for it. Scotty can be kind of helpful if he puts on a lot of stacks on you and everything. But yeah, he shouldn't be too big of an issue. Plus, I mean, I guess every time one of these event bosses comes out, the game has been power crept a little bit since the previous one. So there's probably a pretty easy team that you can come up with for this. I haven't seen anything on JP, but I don't feel like JP people normally cover events until they happen on global. So it's fine. 3 more SA pendants here, or SA coins, a couple more SA pendants, or SSR pendants. God, I'm getting them all confused now. So regular rewards, the exchange shop rewards seem pretty normal. A couple of engraving stones and stuff is pretty nice, I guess. Actually, a decent amount of SSR pendants just overall in this update in general, which is kind of nice. We do have the new Heroes Arena season, which is pretty cool. I don't think that there was anything super crazy change-wise. These are the only changes. Basically, they've just made it to where there are 15 battles total that you go into. So once you defeat all 15 for the difficulty that you end up clearing it on, you just get rewards for each like set that you clear, or like each cumulative amount that you clear. So at 3 you get SR or UR chests, then you get XP pots, SA coins, SSR pendants, and then you get 10 coins, which 10 coins is not a lot, but I mean, hey, it helps a little bit. That's 1 UR or LR seal, so I guess that's fine. It's just 1 extra that you'll get, which is cool, I guess. Or you can use it for other stuff at the shop if you wanted to. Probably not advised, but hey, do whatever you want with them. Rewards themselves are pretty typical. It doesn't look like they've changed anything else here. You can still get a maximum of 100. Everything else is pretty normal. I'm pretty sure Ellate, of course, because she's the first banner that's coming out as of this new season, she is going to be the one that's actually boosted, which is a bit unfortunate because I would say the Goddess team is probably the most consistent team in Heroes Arena right now. And it doesn't necessarily need the boost, but I guess we got what we got. So I don't know exactly what teams people are going to be using for the other two, considering that tier is still going to be a pain in the butt. I've seen a screenshot of the teams that you fight. Luckily, you'll be happy to know that Albedo is not on any of them, so you don't have to worry about getting absolutely countered into submission by her. So that is a win in my book. Who knows about next season? We shall see. But we also have the 4.5 anniversary poll. Okay, so I think this is brand new for both JP and Global as well, so they should be launching this on JP as well with this update, I think, or maybe it'll be when they get their next update. I'm not 100% sure, but if you don't know, this is going to be a big community vote where you'll be able to click on this in-game on the phone only because it pops up a browser page, but you can basically just vote for who you want to be in the next festival banner, which is really, really nice. So you basically just get to choose whoever gets the most votes. I don't know exactly how many characters there are. Normally there's a lot of characters in these banners, but they normally break it down into different sections where it's like catastrophes. I think seasonals is a section. You'll get to choose a couple of festival characters that you want to be in, and then like I think they have commandments and 7 deadly sins maybe. I can't remember all the sections that they do, but it breaks it down so you can basically just click through, see which ones you want, vote for them, and then yeah, it should end up turning out to be a pretty good banner as long as the community kind of works together to pick characters that are obviously good. But then again, everybody needs different characters, so sometimes, you know, some weird ones can kind of squeak by, but you know, if you need the character, it is what it is. So that's pretty cool. You can do that in-game. Like I said, phone only. Can't do it on the PC because it pulls up a window in-game. But either way, we have 2 new battle events, which is cool, I guess. 4 diamonds. Not really too crazy, but that is pretty much it for the news. So honestly, looking like a pretty good patch. The vote's great. We have several new events. The new Heroes Arena season should be good for some stuff. Heroes Arena can be a little scary, I guess. I get a little bit nervous whenever Heroes Arena seasons come out because it's a lot of grinding, a lot of stuff to do, but you know, it is what it is. It can be kind of stressful. So new bundles and everything. This new game mode's very interesting. I definitely want to try it out a little bit and see how it works, but yeah, new characters are pretty cool. So we'll be doing live summons and everything, of course, whenever Ellate drops tomorrow night. So feel free to stop by. We'll do some live summons. We'll probably try her out in PvP. I'm not going to have LR Margaret yet. I have to wait 2 weeks probably because I do not have enough LR seals at the moment. But whenever we get her, we'll try her out. We might even be able to test her out on Gon's account. But either way, should be a fun week, I think. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry I'm late, but feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you tomorrow.